Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming today. I know you're very busy, and I will try to make this quick and to the point. Let's go over the agenda. First, we're going to have a little icebreaker and an introduction of what I would like to discuss today. And then I would like to go over our current communication process, my proposed updates, a summary, and then a motion. First of all, the icebreaker. How many emails do you have in your inbox? I'm sure like myself, most of you have lots and lots of emails throughout the day, probably close to 100 emails or so, and it's stored in your inbox, probably thousands. I just wanted to start with that to get you guys thinking of an idea of why emails for one of the communications types is challenging for our employees that we communicate with. Just keep that in mind as I go through the presentation of how much we get throughout the day. Next, the introduction. The purpose of this is I decided to do an audit on our communications here with our JPS group and see how better we can maybe serve our employees and get a little bit of feedback of what they think about JPS. And the event communications is where I really focus most of my time on because that's where we make our money to support our charities is through those events. So our current communications right now, for the events, we do posted flyers. And the study I did, I got 100% feedback from the group of about 15 that I sent surveys to. And everybody liked the flyers. They found those to be the most effective. Emails, they said, were usually effective, as we all use emails every day, so it's usually effective, but a lot of people said that they could get lost in their inbox. And then the SharePoint site, I addressed that in the survey, just trying to see if the current members use the SharePoint site, enjoy the SharePoint site, and maybe potential for the non-members if they would like to see our stats and communications more through the SharePoint site. And what we currently do is it's just used, as you know, for the members only. And the board, I think, is probably us here in this room, the board members, are the ones that use it the most. So my proposal, of course, continue the use of the flyers because that's obviously great feedback. People see them, like them, it gets the job done. And then the SharePoint site, I think we should elaborate it. I think we should create a sublink on the site used for all employees so they can go and check out and see what JPS is doing, what's the current event, what's the upcoming events, and that way we wouldn't have to maybe send as many emails about our future events and funding and what we've done throughout the year, our total charities and so forth. We could just let people know to start going to the SharePoint site where all the employees and headquarters could utilize it rather than just the members. And the emails, I suggest that we start making them to the point rather than, which most of them are, but rather than getting them too wordy, maybe just straight up to the point what this is for, where you can get the tickets, and that's it. It may make the title something very catching, like Jeans Day's coming, charity that it will help, so forth, because that's where we make most of our money is the Jeans Days. So that's why I was using it as an example. And I just wanted to throw out a quote that I got from the book by Dr. Hines saying we need to match the message and technology, and not all technology is appropriate for all types of messages. For example, using emails for all messages may not be the best option. And maybe using SharePoint to communicate more would be a good option since most of our teams are going towards SharePoint. So in summary, I think we need to improve our relationship with employees. We must improve our communications. I feel like we keep doing well with the posted flyers, use emails when needed, and then explore more on the SharePoint site. I think this will help us be able to reach out to more people and not make them feel bombarded, and then get more feedback on our events and more people donating, therefore making more money for all of our charities. So with that, I would like to see if you have any questions, any ideas, concerns. And finally, I would like to, since this is how our program works, we make a motion to put these changes into effect. And if we could get a second, thank you for the second. And if we could get all that say yes and nay. Okay, great. Well, I will be glad to implement these, and thank you for your time.